Hello everyone, this is Professor Kent. As promised, I'm recording this video for Sage 50. The name of the company that I am recording it for is Hairstyle. The company owns hairstyle business, so it's a Charlie's Hairstyle. So I download this company from Top Hats publisher, or you can get this data files from your professor. So I downloaded it before, and then I unzip the files. So we're going to go through all the journal entries, and then we're going to show you how to enter all these journal entries. So it's just taking a couple minutes to do that, and I'm going to say okay for the date. And once it's open up, so this is the file that we are going to be working with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this. So now this is the file, this is the Sage 50 file, and then on the left side I already have my other file opened, so which is your Charlie's Hairstyle. So that's the other file that the Word file that we have. So first one is the first date we have is that the first date we have is March 1st. So what the question is asking us to do is that I'm just trying to see if I can navigate both of them at the same time, but I think I might not be as lucky as I wanted to. So first they said to change the customer name to your actual first name and last name. So I am going to go to my customer. Under the customers, what you're going to have it your actual first name last name. So again, you're going to change it to your first name last name. Now my first name is Kieran, my last name is Kent, and I'm going to say save and close. So now I have my first name and my last name. So I've done that. So my first transaction is issuing next check to pay 600 rent plus the HST to Mega Mall Limited. So that's what we're going to do. When you're doing it, you are going to go to the payables, and what are you doing? You're issuing a check. So then you're going to say double click on it. When you do that, you're not making a purchase, you're doing a making other payment. Who are you making a payment to? Mega Mails. So what are you going to pay for? You're paying for rent expense, and then it says the rent expense is $600 plus the HST, and that's what the amount is. The invoice will be what month are you paying it for. I can always say for the March, so you could say March rent, and then here will be also March rent. March rent, and I post the transaction. We're done with the first transaction. Before we go to this next transaction, they told us to what we did is March 2nd, Miss Rogers paid by Universal Credit for one lady haircut. So we're in the business of haircut, so what we did is we cut somebody's hairs, and what they did is they used a Universal Credit. When did they do it? On the 2nd. I will advance my date. So I will go to my session date. I will advance my date to the March 2nd, and I'm going to go to my customers, and I'm going to create an invoice. I will double click on the invoice, and in this case it is the name of the person is Mrs. Rudroso, and then we did an invoice. What they did is we cut a hairstyle, and we are going to double click it. What did we do? What we did is haircut and one bottle of shampoo. So we did a haircut, lady haircut. So in this case, haircut lady, and that's we did one haircut, and then they also bought a shampoo. Let's see if we go to the shampoo, which shampoo did SG01. So I'm going to click SG01, and it is one. And what we did is instead of paying later, it is going to be a Universal Credit Card. So in this case, this is the Universal Credit Card. So you're going to go down and you're going to pick up a Universal Credit, and this is what the invoice is. So if I were to report, show you the display a journal entry, and this is my right journal entry, $53.40. So we are done what we needed to do. We're gonna post this transaction, and our next date is March 3rd. So I have to advance the date to March 3rd. We say okay, and what we did is March 3rd. So we also did a Mr. Miguel Santos. We did the person came in as with a haircut and with a child haircut, and we wanted to know if this person is there. If it's not there, we might have to create it. So let's do that. Santos. Oh, we have it. We did is one men haircut and one kid haircut. So we have children. Let's say men's haircut. Where is hair first? So one of that. Go to the next line, and then we did one children's haircut, one of that. And what we're gonna do is, instead of paying later, they are gonna use a universal credit, and this is my transaction. I will display a journal entry. This should be the children's haircut and the men's haircut. So I've done my transaction. I will post it. My next transaction is also on March the 3rd, and what we did is we did a cash sales to your name. Oh, in this case, in my book has my name too, so in this case, I should not change my universal credit to my name. Now I have to go back. I'm going to change this name to your name, whatever your name. I'm going to make this your name. So whatever your name is, so you're going to put it in your last name, first name, last name, and first name. So what you're going to do, your last name, first name. I didn't know I was that famous anyhow. So what they did is, in this case, cash sales of two bottles of shampoo, $13, and 2 bottles of conditioner to Mrs. Karen Kemp. So I am selling it to myself. So let's go here. We are gonna add, we have this person here, Mrs. Kemp. We are gonna sell, what are we selling it to? Set of 2 bottles of shampoo, SB01. So we're gonna go to SB01, and we're gonna do 2 bottles. And how did I pay it? I paid it's a cash sales. So it's a cash sales, and we also, the company also sold 2 bottles of conditioner. So I'm gonna go here, and 2 bottles of conditioner. Which one? SCB01, CB01, and 2 bottles of that. So I am gonna do that. I will have to go to display a journal, and it will be $62.27.50. This is a right journal entry, and I'm going to post it. We're going to make it that, because the reason I changed it, because whatever your last name will be your last name, and this is the transaction there's for me. So let's go to number 5, and what we have is we have to add a new inventory, and in this case, when are we doing it? March 5th. And I will say okay. So when we go to the next one is March 5th. The reason my name is here, because I know the author and I work with the author quite a bit, and I teach the course to this Sage 50 course, and I also teach this course. So before I go into sell it, I needed to create a new inventory. How am I going to create the new inventory? I'm going to go to inventory, and you could double click on the inventory. I can say create, or you could do file and create. So when you do that, I need my other one. I'm just going to close this. So when you create an inventory, the description of the inventory is a new style here. Hair dryer. number 23. Then when you go here and the number is HD23 and it's each and the minimum level is 0, we don't need to worry about it, and the selling price is 40. Tab it over to select it, and we needed to link it. Always needed to link it. We are going to link it to the inventory. This is a hair dryer, and the revenue will be for the hair dryer. Is there a hair dryer? And did they tell us what to charge to? Did they? To me, we might. It says that terms leave it blank. Delivery is 13. Display a new item for the following items. So the revenue, I don't need to worry about it. I'm just going to leave it blank at this point. Cost of goods sold, I need to worry about it. And I will do a save and close. Maybe they will tell us later on that who do we charge it to. We can always charge it to sales other at this point too, so that will be also correct. So I'm going to do save and close, and now what we're going to do is we are going to go to my receivable, and what they did is your first name and last name. So whatever your first name and last name is, they ordered something. So when it is, it's a sales order, and it is to your last name, whatever your last name and first name is. So we're going to do that. This is the first order. We're doing it on the May 5th, and this order will be delivered on March 13th. So I'm going to change the shipping date to March 13th. And what are they going to order? Their sales order is number 16. Order number is 16. We are going to do that. HST. So this is the item. So one item. So I'm going to go to my hair, double click on it. I'm going to go to my hair dryer that we just did, HD23, and it is one of them. One quantity is 1, and that's all we have to do. And we will do, it is for $40 plus HST. We did that. So I record my transaction. So order number has been greater than this. We said okay. Now since we have to purchase something, it says issued a purchase order number 19 to Hair Product International. So what we did is we purchased an order. In this case, we are going to buy this because we don't have that. If you're going to buy it, you're going to go to purchase order. In this case, the purchase order. So we're going to do a purchase order. This purchase order is for Hair Product International. So let's see if we have a Hair Product International. Hair Product International, we have that. And what we did is purchase order number is 19. We know that. So let's go. Come on. So then what we're going to do here is we ordered 3 new hairstyles, hair dryer number 23. So we ordered number 23, the one we just added, and 3 of them. The cost will be $20 each. It will be delivered on March the 7th. So back order, the cost was $28. So the cost is $28, and it's going to be delivered on the 7th. So let's put that March the 7th, and that is 210. The terms are 210 net 30. So we did everything what we needed to do is for March 5th. So I will record this transaction. I will record it, and we say yes, and we go back to March 6th, so advance your date to March 6th, and we say okay. It says Mrs. Chen purchased 2 bottles of Mousse MB01 at $18 each plus HST check number 26 is received. So we're going to go to Mrs. Holly Chen, and we're going to see what we sold. So we have a receivables and we have an invoice. In this case it is, I hope we have a Mrs. Chen here, or we have Holly Chen here, and the I is 2 bottles of mousse. Where is my mousse here? MB01 I selected, and then 2 bottles of it, and it is for each $8, and they issued us a check. So instead of that, it's going to be check number. If it's check number is 126 and we have received a full payment, we're good to go. If I display this transaction, it will be for $40.68 in my bank account. I do have that. I post that. We say okay, we close it. Then we are gonna go to my next one is March 7th, and it's a new vendor. Issued a check to the new vendor, Flooring Specialties. Address not important. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna create a vendor. But before we do that, I have to change the date to March 7th. We say okay. I go to my payables and I create a new vendor, and it is called Flooring Specialty. So we are going to file, create, and it will be called SP Specialty, Flooring Specialty. And they said the address isn't important, but what do we have? It is, they didn't tell us if it's 210 at 30, so we leave it alone. So I will leave this alone. We'll say save and close, and when you go there, you are going to go to your purchases, payables. We are going to create an invoice, and let's create an invoice for specialty men. Which one was it? Flooring Specialty. And the invoice number was 968. Invoice was 9682, and what we did is we paid them by check, I believe. No, we haven't paid by check. So oh yeah, we did issue the check to them. So it's the next check we're issuing. It's not a pay later. Issued a check, and that the item, we're not buying any items. In this case, we're buying supplies from them. What type of supplies? We bought a cleaner, and its cleaner will cost, we bought a 2 gallons of cleaner, and it's costing us $125 per gallon. So you could put 2 in each. And what did we get? We got cleaners, and this cleaner, we are going to use it in-house. So it's going to be an HST for sure. We have an HST, and that will be your 250, 125 each, and the amount will automatically calculate, should calculate automatically in the quantity. If it doesn't calculate it, what you're going to do is this will be 250, and the account will be your supplies account. Double click, and we're going to get your, if it doesn't show up, you're going to say show me all the accounts. It will be store supplies. So we are going to do 28250. So if you go to the reports, and this is the right entry, and we're going to post it March 7th. We've done the transaction. Let's go to our next one. close it, and my next date is March 8th. I will advance my date to March 8th. We say okay. And what the manager called your first name to tell them the hair dryer is arrived and received a check. So what we're doing is we're converting an order into an invoice. We go here. So what you're going to do is, in this case, if you don't click it, sales order is being converted into an invoice. You go into the order, and that's number 16. Click somewhere else on your screen, and we are going to give them one. And oh, first, before we, sorry, I missed one. I missed another one for number 7. We have to receive the order. So 2 orders has delivered. So what we have is I didn't receive that. Discard this. Yes. So before I go there, I have to go to my payables, and my purchase order is being filled first before I could do something else. So what we have is order number 19 is being filled. What we here products, so convert the order into an invoice. And what we did, number 2 of the new dryers, 2 of them. So we are going to go 2 of the new hairstyle dryers is coming back to us. Did I charge the wrong price? The price was, how much was the price? Did I made a mistake with the invoice? We're supposed to charge them 20, we're supposed to get them at 28. So I think I have the wrong price. So in this case, I'm going to put 28. Okay, this is what the invoice is. I made a mistake previously, seems like it, because I didn't put it in the cost, but this is the cost to us. We purchase at $28 and we sell it at a higher price. So I'm going to post that. Invoice number cannot be left blank. And what was the invoice number? Invoice number was 6589, and the back order will be available in 6 days. So 6589, 6589, and you go to your date. It was March 7th to 10, and I post it. We say close, and we say close. I am going to go to March 8th, and it is a sales order is being filled. So I go to sales order, sorry, to receivable. We are going to, order is being converted into an invoice. So I'm going to say convert sales order into an invoice, and this order is my 16. I click somewhere else on the screen, and then what we did is on the 8th, what we did is invoice number 236, order number 16, and what we are doing is we're filling this order, your first name, last name. Yes, so I'm going to say 1, and that's what should be. So my report, my cost of goods sold should be $28 and my $45. So I will say okay, and I will post this transaction. Okay, now we are gonna go to my March 10th. Before I go to March 10th, I needed to advance my date. My session date should be March 10th, and we say okay, and then we go to March. Is that Mrs. Del Rosario had a haircut, 300, and purchased 1 each of the shampoos, conditioners. Oh, this person is buying a lot of things, so I needed to have it ready. In this case, who we selling it to? So it's a sales invoice. I will go to the invoice, and it's Del Del Rosso, and the first one is the haircut, and it's a lady's haircut, and we're going to select it, one of them. We done that. Go to the next line. This person is purchased one shampoo of SB01. We go to SB01 and one of that. Go to the next line, CB20 conditioner. Go to the next line, CB20 conditioner, and one of that, and MB01, one of that, and one of that. So in this case they're accepting a universal, and it is on the March the 10th. So if I display my transaction, this should be your transaction, and that is a correct entry. You have a mousse, conditioner, shampoo, and revenue from ladies hairstyle. So I will close it, and I will post this transaction. And my next one is this person is returning on the same day, maybe didn't like the mousse, decided didn't want the product. So I will go to this person, Del Rose, again. My last invoice was 237 RT, and they paid us with the universal credit, so we're returning on the universal credit. And it was the mousse. Which mousse did they ordered? I don't know. MB01. So we're gonna go to MB01 -1. In this case, we are going to charge it to the sales return account. Double click on it, double click, and we are going to charge it to the sales return. Where is my sales return? It is right here. And then it's on the same day, and we're returning it. So if you were to display a journal entry, your journal entry will be look like this. We are done, and I will post this transaction. We will say okay. Now we are going to look at your income statement year to date. If you were to do that, now you're going to go to, you could go to the reports. You are going to go to financial income statement, and they're looking for year to date. Then this will be your year to date. Your date, it will be this. I don't have the answer, so this should be your answer. Then you're going to go to your balance sheet, go to financial, you go to your balance sheet to March 10th. We say okay, and this is my balance sheet. So this was hairstyle, Charlie's hairstyle. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for subscribing. If there's anything else you want me to record, please let me know, but give me some time so that I can record it. Thank you so much. Take care, and bye for now.